But in the meantime, we got to get over to some more tier listing, Alex.
Oh, boy.
And this one is going to be pretty crazy because it is Season 3, TNG Season 3, why we're all here.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Anyone else watch Troll 2? We'll do a Troll 2 reaction, 100th time watching. I love that shit.
Oh, just amazing.
I want you guys to make a quick prediction. How many S tiers will be in this season tier list right here, Season 3? I want you guys to guess right before we get started. Obviously, Evolution number 1 is going to be an S tier, but let's not go in order of the episodes this time, Alex. We'll just go random. We'll just jump all over.
Really? Oh. Okay.
We're not going to get started yet, but because I want them to do some predictions. But we got 6, 4, 5, over under 3.5. I think that's a good idea. After you put in your own prediction, we'll just set the over under at 3.5. Do you think we'll have more or less than 3.5? Personally, I'd probably go with under.
I've seen a lot of 5 and 6.
Cranky Grandma 7. Now, to be fair, remember, we had a 5-episode streak of what we said were basically perfect episodes. So if any of those aren't S, we're going to have to kind of walk back some of it, you know. Will we, though? Maybe they are all S. Maybe it is a shoe. But,
Hold on, we're gone. We're gone again.
But, I think...
Are we back? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I'm just going to, whenever the light is green, I'm just going to assume we're good.
Okay.
I'm going to agree with you. I think this episode's a banger. Don't get me wrong. I love this episode personally, but I'm not going to sit here and say that it's better than so many of the episodes we have coming. But I really loved it, and I hope others loved it as well. I'm going to go with B for a matter of perspective.
B for banger. Oh, it's like a story of this Japanese film. Shut up. It's great.
We still got to watch that film. What was it called? Someone put the Japanese film in the...
It's called A Matter of Perspective.
It took me a second to understand what you meant. All right, I'll pick a number. 4. What was episode 4? Oh, Who Watches the Watchers? We already brought this one up once. This is the Mintakan episode.
That was episode 4, really?
Yeah, Riker and Troy go down. It's the Vulcan offshoot race. Rashomon was the movie. We got to watch
Rashomon, okay.
Yes, we're going random order to mix things up. Keep you on your toes.
I don't know. I love the scene with Picard just trying to teach that he's not a god. And just how accurate it is to how religious people are with that guy just taking everything to extreme levels. Picard wants him to die. But I don't think I care for this episode as much as everyone else. I'm going to go C.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm honestly between C and D, but I have enough in here that I did really like. I think this is a baseline episode. I'd go C.
Yeah.
All right, pick another number.
People aren't going to be happy with that. 21.
Can you do something for me?
I'm going to do something for me.
What was 21? Ooh, Hollow Pursuits.
Ooh. Okay. That's broccoli, right? That's broccoli?
Yep, that's broccoli.
That's broccoli? I'm going to go A. I love this episode.
It's broccoli. It's Crush on Therapist. It's Bully Riker. That was one of our biggest pushbacks about how I said Riker was a bully. I said bully was... I'm sober. Okay. Riker was a bully, but I stand by it. Only in this episode, not the whole series or all the time. I thought it was actually weird in this. What grade did you say?
I said A.
I'm brain dead. B is for brain dead. I'd go A. I think this was the best holodeck episode so far, in my opinion. I know you probably like The Big Goodbye better, but
yeah.
I'd go A for that. Not S just because, like, it's not emotional, it's not holy shit, it's not, it was just a great time.
It was a great time, and it was neat.
Let's get some broccolis in the chat, guys. Let's get some broccolis.
Broccoli.
All right. I'll just go 17. What was that? Sins of the Father. Oh, I picked a good one.
Oh, geez. Do we take time debating this one?
Well, Alex, it's going to be a debate, I think. So,
really?
Because you're going to say...
I'm going to say S.
You're going to say S, and I'm going to say A. This wasn't an S tier for me.
Whoa, don't say SA.
Okay, AS.
Okay,
I say A, you said S. Go ahead and praise it.
This one's S tier for me. It has one of my favorite episodes endings ever. And on the fucking scene, Worf is Captain America, basically from the Winter Soldier. He's the best Klingon because because he had to sacrifice everything to keep Klingon safe and from starting a war. Just how Klingon culture has evolved since TOS days. Same Klingon from Star Trek 5. Yeah, no, this Worf's my guy, man. Worf's my guy. I'll praise this episode to the day I die. I mean, this one, no spoilers, but yeah,
It's up there. Yeah,
it's up there. Yeah.
I got to point out, M. Hill said broccoli Lesnar. Oh, that's good.
That's great.
Yeah, only reason it's an A for me is this is exactly kind of what you described as an A when we started. I mean, I have basically no complaints about it. It does a thing that we don't usually like, switching up the plot so many times, but it does it well. So I really have no complaints about it. It just didn't hit me, like, it just wasn't that S for me. That's really all I can say about it. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, you know?
Yeah.
And as everyone's giving me shit in the chat, I think this goes to show, 90% of Star Trek fans don't go below A. So this one goes into S automatically for them. But I saw a few Bs and stuff in there. I know James, I think, said a B, but I'm even higher than that. I would say A. But it's up to you guys. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get squashed in this one. So go ahead and tell us S or A. Oh, A or S.
A or S.
Green Brown, he has a bunch of S's. Only one counts, but appreciate the input. Oh, Retro6502 is here? What's up, Retro? That's a long time watcher right there.
I don't like him. He put A.
He agreed with me, so you don't like him. James Goss said, not this, James. Damn it, Goss!
Not this. This one seems pretty mixed.
Yeah, there's actually a little bit more A's than I thought, but I do think it's majority S. So
a lot of S's are coming in.
I think that'll be the first S tier for this one. All right, pick a number, random number.
8.
8.
Can you even see?
The Price. This one for me, yeah, I have 20/20 vision. This one for me is a guilty pleasure again. I had a lot of fun with it, and this one for me. So, my wife edits most of our reactions, and this was one just due to timing and scheduling. I actually edited this one. That's why the edit was so bad. But watching it back and watching our reaction, I was like, damn, we had a lot of fun with this episode. Like, is it the best episode ever? No. But there was a lot of fun stuff in there. I actually really liked the Deanna and Raul situationship that goes on here, getting to meet a male quarter Betazoid. And I think it's the perfect Ferengi episode. It's the only good Ferengi episode. For that, I got to give it a B. I think it's a banger, but I know I'm higher than probably everybody. What would you say?
C.
Yeah, that's where I would guess most people would put it as C or D. So what do you guys have to say?
For the massage, I'll up it up to B.
Oh, you are going to up it to B? All right, we're going B.
I'll go B, yeah.
For the foot massage?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of oil in that episode.
A lot of oil, yeah.
And there was the yoga, too. All right. I think a lot of them were going B anyway, so it might have won out.
Okay, perfect. All right.
All right, it's my turn to pick? Yeah, I'll go 11. Did I already say that?
I don't think so.
Oh, The Hunted. Go ahead. Do you remember this one?
The super soldier one?
Yep.
D.
I think this is the definition of D. I think it's the definition of don't care. I did not care about this episode. Were there some good moments? Yeah, it's not an E. I just don't care.
Yeah.
Sorry. I know that the Vietnam War did happen. All right, pick a number.
It did happen. 20.
20, okay. Number 20 is...
Tin Man. Tin Man.
I'll go first. I said the last one was definition of D. I think Tin Man is definition of C.
You took the words right out of my mouth. C for Tin Man.
There's a lot to like in Tin Man. I thought the guest was okay. He's pretty good. A lot of people relate to him. I get it. And also... the ending with Data, it's not quite as good as like Skin of Evil or anything, or A Measure of a Man, but it's a good ending. This is where I belong.
Tin Man is that perfect like AI write me a Star Trek episode, or like what's an example of a Star Trek episode that's like the baseline of what Star Trek is. You know what I mean?
Yep, I agree, and I think a lot of people maybe liked it a little bit more than us, but. Yeah, Jovit tried to trip me up. He said, yeah, but Josh, do you know where the Vietnam War happened? Yeah, Jovit, I'm not stupid. I know what happened in Sicily. Okay. I think you picked 20, right? So I'll go with 6, which is Booby Trap. This was the first, like, oh my goodness, technobabble episode. What do you think about Booby Trap?
Booby Trap. Yeah, this is one where they find that ship and Picard's like, oh, it should be in a museum, and at the end, blow it up.
Yep, and this is the one where he brings the scientist lady to life to fix the Enterprise, aka make out with her.
See.
See, yeah, I think this is it's a C. It's a C episode.
It's a C.
Remember, guys, C is a good grade. That means it's a baseline episode. Okay, it's not a negative grade. Okay, I know in America you get a C on a test. You wanted to do better. It's not an exact equivalence. I would recommend any episode that's a C. I think is that fair to say?
That's fair to say. Yeah, like, oh yeah, that's fine. Check it out.
Pick a number.
12.
12. The high ground. I think. Did you go first last time?
I can't remember, but I'm just trying to remember the high ground.
This is the terrorist episode. Explosion at the beginning. They kidnap Beverly.
Oh, yeah.
See, I'm going to have a little bit of a hot take on this one. I think this is a low-key banger. I think this is a sneaks into the B tier for me. I liked a lot of the stuff in here. No, it's not the best episode. It was directed by Gabriel Beaumont, who I thought did a great job.
You remember the goddamn director? God damn, dude. like I know the directors' names, Winrich Colby, Les Landau, but I can't remember which ones they. Like, good lord, your memory, bro. You're gonna say B?
I just can't talk.
You're gonna say B.
Low key. I'm not saying it's like I'm just saying low key. It sneaks into B for me. But what do you think?
You're gonna say B. That's crazy because I'm gonna say B too.
Wow. See, I thought you D for you. I thought you didn't care at all about this one.
B for Beverly Crusher.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, what else happened besides that plot? I mean, cool set in the beginning. That set was awesome.
Yeah, and then the huge explosion, and then I loved the whole beginning where, like, Picard's like, come up to the away team, and Beverly's like, I'm not going up, I'm doing my job, and Riker's like, you want to tell her?
yeah, great moments here. What was happening on the ship while they were down there?
Don't know.
Was there? I don't think there was some like external like oh.
No, it was just that. I think they can tell us if we're wrong, but at one point the terrorist just beams into the Enterprise to Deanna and was like, "Hey, tell them this," and beams away. And
but they're weird in between space.
Yeah, like dimension travel that give him cancer or whatever.
Yeah.
And I loved the joke we made during that, because she didn't like acknowledge him at all the whole time he was there. We were like, "What was that, sir? I was wearing AirPods." I love our own jokes more than the show. All right.
Yeah. Did you do the last one?
No, you picked 12.
Okay.
All right, let's do a big one. 15. Yesterday's Enterprise. Is this S tier for you?
It's tough. I love this episode. Don't get me wrong, but this might fall into that category where it's nationally like it's only in the U.S., but universally beloved, but just like little things where could have been like more cinematic or more like I don't want a Days of Future Past ending. Obviously, we're like
Oh, we got roasted for that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we did. But like I don't know, like the end it was like, oh, it's over, instead of like a more like neat reveal.
Yeah.
That like everything's back to normal instead of like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah, this was the infamous start with a complaint. So I will say I would put this in S. But I just don't think there's going to be many moments that replicate Tasha appearing like that. And to me, a lot of the times it's about moments. And it's like if a moment can if I can't match that moment, it's kind of like how I felt about Conspiracy as well, where it's like the rest of the episode is probably an A tier for me, but then that moment elevates it to S.
Yeah, I'm not going to even bother arguing because I can already tell that everyone's like, oh my God, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, if we threw it to them, they're going to say S. So.
Yeah. I've already made my, my thoughts
Your
about
piece.
It. Like, I don't know, am I the only one where it just cut to back to
Well, let me give you the audience's argument that you didn't read. The argument was that timeline ceased to exist immediately. But our argument wasn't like the logic of it. It's what we want to fucking see happen in the show because it's an entertaining show. So like
I don't want to just see that it's back to normal. I want like that moment of like, did it work?
I want to feel tension.
That tension of did it work, and just some neat reveal where like we see a yellow shirt and we pan up from the back and we see Worf's from behind. Like, oh, okay, because Worf wasn't in that second timeline.
Or even the turn and it's Worf.
Yeah, just something, not just because I think it just cut the Picard back in the
Yeah.
nicely lit bridge. I'm like, oh, it worked then.
Second piece of it, the switch back and forth, they did not mean to do that while recording. That was a post. That was an editing thing afterwards. You know, the whoop, 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 where it goes.
At the beginning?
And that was just like lucky circumstance that they had that shot. So like at the end, they didn't do it. Like they did not film for that to be the intention. So like they didn't have the matching footage at the end. You could still do it. But that was also the excuse for it. But
Because it was amazing in the beginning.
I just think the thing of Tasha and like all the good stuff in it, also a great Guinan episode, like outweighs those flaws I have with it to where I would still put it in the S.
Oh yeah, it's an S tier episode. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just,
but we know what you really want to say.
yeah.
But hey guys, our top, we're doing top 10 this season. It's already been recorded. That top 10 list is coming soon. So I think it's safe to say it's probably not your number 1 episode. So we'll see when we get to that top 10 list that'll be coming here in between the break that you guys hate. I think I picked that one,
Yeah,
so
you
you
did.
can pick the next one.
Let's go number 3.
Number 3 was The Survivors. This was the couple on the planet.
Ooh, I really like this episode. In fact, I watched this episode again.
Oh yeah, you did. Okay.
In preparation for our discussion that's coming soon for the whole season and our tier list. I'm not tier list. Our top 10, and I really like this one. This is one of the ones where, in hindsight, watching it again and watching like why things were done and all that, and just a little more context. Like, yeah, obviously, because so many things are thrown out in Star Trek. We're like, oh, 40 casualties, blah, 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 casualties. And then, like, it didn't really hit me at the time. Like, that entire planet of people died. And so, of course, the Enterprise is not just going to beat feet and get out of there. It's like something happened.
Did you just backtrack and agree with them? That's a first, I think.
Yeah, I did. Sue me. Sue me. Yeah. It's
No,
like,
I agree with you.
No, yeah, because a lot of the times we just get lost in it. I'm like, oh, just move on. But yeah, I'm going to go A.
Wow,
Wait,
A.
wait. Yeah. Let me look at what else is in there. A matter of perspective, the price. Ooh, I don't know. It's between A and B for me because I just love "We have no law to fit your crime." That's one of my favorite lines.
Yeah, that is true. And how do you put it? You can't put God in jail, you know?
Yeah.
That's a good one. While I mull it over here.
Nice house, good tea, by the way.
While I mull it over, we'll check back in. I'm pretty sure this stays updated. I'm going to be honest, I don't know if this is live. But remember, guys, 16,500 we'll watch Prelude to Exnar, and then 17,000. We'll start Season 4 early if we're able to hit 17,000 before September 2nd. Yeah, I just feel like... I feel the same way about this that I do the High Ground. Sneaks into B tier. I think it's a sneaky banger. And I think it was funny at the time, people thought we didn't really like this one, but this isn't like a reaction episode. Like, this isn't a, oh, you know, what are we reacting to when Riker gets caught up in the thing? Oh, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
it was just like a,
This is a what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, what's happening?
So I'd say B, you said A, so we can leave it up to them. A or B for the Survivors, you think, guys?
A or B?
Greg Sum says, Colomini here. Don't F-word this up, boys. Hey, Colomini from Patreon is in the house.
Oh, shit. What's up?
His name's Greg. I'm going to call you Greg from now on, Colomini, so.
You just dox yourself, bro? I think there was one from Michael.
Oh, yeah, we'll catch up on them.
Okay.
But what do we got? A and B. Oh, man, it's split.
Oh, God.
I think there's a few more A's.
You got to admit, this is like the episode where it's like, okay, season 3 is
Good?
Like, the show is good.
I mean,
We'll talk about the first two.
Well, let's talk about
eventually.
episode 2, because I really liked episode 2.
Are we going to put this in a tier, though? I mean,
Yeah, where I put that one in A tier.
You did?
Yeah, there
A1?
was more A's, yeah.
All right.
It was close, but I think there was more A's. Plus, I kind of agree with you. I personally wouldn't put it in A, but I'm pretty close. So, let's talk about episode 2, Ensigns of Command. Data goes down, gives the speech on the college campus. They completely ADR the one guy because they didn't like his performance. And Data gets the little female friend who kisses him at the end, and he's like, what the hell was that? Even though he's like had sex before, but whatever. And then on the Enterprise is what saves it for me. I like the Data stuff, but back on the Enterprise with Picard and the Shellyak, hanging up on him, finding the loophole in the contract, dusting off the plaque, all of that puts it into A for me.
That puts it into A?
Yeah.
I'd put this one into B.
You'd admit it's a banger, though?
I would admit it's a banger, but it's only a banger because of the Picard stuff. If that Picard stuff wasn't in there with the Shellyak, the costume was cool, I guess, just keeping it dark and it's obviously some guy.
And that was a reuse of the tar monster.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm glad I did something good besides killing Tasha Yar, which isn't good. I don't know why I said that. Sorry. But yeah, this one's a strong B for me.
Just a good episode.
Yeah, I would have to re-watch it maybe with a fresh perspective because I haven't watched it since we watched it for the first time.
Fair.
But yeah, Picard. I think it's when we finally met Picard, almost.
Yeah, like this is Picard.
This is Picard, like really, like this is him. Like this is his flair as captain. Yeah, I fucking love that right there.
Yeah, that's fair enough. What do you guys think, A or B? JMB said, OMG, Alex. I don't know what. Did they think that you're going to go higher or lower? I don't know.
Did I do something? Am I naked? Did I dark side Phil?
Goshevin, that was that guy's name.
Let's go Colomini with the B.
Oh yeah, Jovi brought up great quote in that as well with Data. That was the stun setting. This is not when he fires the phaser and it like blows up on the planet.
Shoot him! Shoot him!
A lot of A's.
That's a good.
I'm gonna go A with this one as well.
Fuck yeah, okay, that's fine.
While we're here, you want to just do episode 1 real quick?
Let's
Evolution.
Let's do Evolution.
It can't be an E because it brought back Beverly Crusher. Was there anything else good in this?
Not Dr. Stubbs.
You liked his speech though to Wesley about the baseball.
I liked their talk, yeah, about the baseball diamond thing, but everything else was eh. Data gets possessed for a little bit in this one, doesn't he? Or something's talking through Data? Was that this episode?
Yeah, so it was the one where Wesley is asleep and he accidentally causes the species to mutate.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And like make a little thing, and then Data. This was kind of cool. He like he takes off his arm and lets them like possess him, and then he's like looks at Mr. Stubbs like he's gonna kill him. He should have. Yeah, I'd go D. I don't care. What? But brings
Beverly,
back Dr. Crusher.
Beverly,
But that has nothing to do with the episode.
And the fact that they didn't even give her a cool reveal or anything. They put her name in the credits. That doesn't elevate the episode at all.
Yeah, it wasn't a cool reveal. I'd go D.
D.
Yeah. Damn.
D.
All right.
S for Stubbs.
All right. Now you can. We did the first 3 there kind of rapid. You can pick one from what's left.
Yeah. Let me try to. I'm not gonna just pick a random number anymore. We're too. Yeah. Fuck it. Let's have some fun. Let's go 19.
19.
Let's
Good
go.
old Captain's Holiday.
Captain's Holiday.
I think this will kind of decide if we're gonna have an E tier episode on here, because if this is an E, then nothing is, right? But I will say, like, I liked the opening. Like, I liked the first 15 or so minutes. The stuff on the Enterprise was really funny.
It was.
And well written. And then even when he first gets to Ryza, and you know he is like in his Speedo and he's like trying to read, and he has the little Horgon or whatever, and the woman tries to like come up to him, and he's like, Riker, you know, good stuff. And then it just fell off a cliff.
Because of the good first third, D. Because E is almost completely irredeemable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay.
As much as I hated it, it's like I could.
It's because it ended on a bad note. Good stuff was fine, but it ended on such a bad note where we're just like, we just got to talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it was flipped, it could have been a C. Like if all the bad stuff was in the beginning and then it ended on a banger, because it's all about how you end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's not fair. Because like, imagine an episode flipped where it starts terrible but then ends awesome. You're gonna think better of it.
Exactly.
It's a little bit unfair.
Exactly. D.
Plus, if I wanted to go back and watch this, I could just watch that first part and then turn it off. You know, I don't have to watch the rest.
Yeah.
And even with watching the rest, like, would I want to watch this, you know, again before watching like The Naked Now again? Yeah, probably. You know, so. Yeah, I'll go. Is this the biggest shocker of the night so far?
Go D, because I don't even want to look at the screen and tell them how fucking wrong we are about this episode. So say D and move.
I don't think there was I think this one was really split, where it was like half people straight up agree with us it's terrible, and then half of them were like, you know, you need to calm down. It's just a comedy episode. But it's like it wasn't one of those where it was like all over the place or like everyone disagrees. Like it was very split, and I think that's why we felt so strongly about it.
Yeah.
Yami says H for hot pants. We should give it a V for Vosh. But
No, V for Picard's shirt.
for the V-neck?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
V-neck. Yeah, that
a lot of
chest
V's
hair.
going on. Keith said it was good, terrible. Yeah, James Goss said nothing can be an E. There might not be.
Yeah,
there might not be.
Yeah, I saw Scott mention Shades of Grey. That's the only episode I think that would hit the E tier.
I mean, it's an NA. It's like it wasn't an episode.
Exactly, but there is no NA option because that's why I go in E because doesn't even count.
Well, what do you mean no episode? We've put other episodes in E.
Have we?
Yeah, we just did.
Season 2?
Season 1 with When the Bow Breaks.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
In Season 2 with Shades of Grey, we also put the Irish, the Scottish, wherever they were.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
But really think that'd be the only episode? Okay, we don't got to talk about that right now. But we're late. We're late.
I forgot about that.
I'm always late.
My short-term memory is terrible. Come on.
Okay, let's go with, let's switch gears completely. Number 5, the bonding. Is there any discussion to be had? We're going to talk about this one in another video.
Yeah.
But I said earlier we would talk about it now.
Yeah. I'm gonna go S tier on the bonding, obviously.
Yeah, let's tier it first. It's S tier. So this episode's amazing, obviously.
This episode gave me everything I could have wanted and more out of Star Trek. It was Star Trek therapy. It took the time to break everything down with our characters, and actually talk about things, react to things, grieve things, process things. Sure, there was the whole plot about the people down there on the planet. One of the best openings too, with the battle damaged suits and the woman dying. The kid from, I know you haven't seen it, but RoboCop 2, who was an irredeemable piece of garbage, but in this episode, he was a nice kid. Yeah, this episode has a special place in my heart. S, and it's funny because I think most people don't even care about this episode.
Yeah, I mean, this might be one of our biggest disconnects. There were some people that love it, but for a lot of people, they thought it was going to be like, oh, who cares about this episode? And you said this about the Survivors, but I think this is, to me, where I was like, oh, Season 3 is good. Like, this is what we're going to get. And it was Ronald Moore's debut, ironically enough. So, yeah, not much else to be said there, really. We'll obviously be talking about that in a future video. Let's see what else we got here. You can choose the next one.
Oh, God. What the fuck? You know what? I said mine. Let's bounce to yours. Let's go to number 16, The Offspring.
Yeah, that's a clear S for me. But what about you?
I'd go A.
What are your any issues with it, or any, or it just didn't hit, Sins of the Father for me?
It's just because these are the differences because of why my favorite films are different from your favorite films, because they hit me differently.
Yeah, because mine are better. Go on.
Because mine hit me differently than your films hit you.
Yeah.
Do I love Arrival? Yes. Is it my favorite? No, because it didn't hit. You know what I mean?
Me with The Shining, or
Shutter Island, because I spoiled it for you years ago.
yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Never lived that down. It's all down to personal preference, not in a matter of filmmaking, blah blah blah. Film top 10 IMDb, Film Bro, whatever. It's all down to what.
Don't know why that happened.
Are we still good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Go on.
It just comes down to what works for me, and that's the only difference. Other than that, yeah, just A. I just wanted to get to that moment where the bonding and Sins of the Father brought me to, but it just didn't get there.
Well, we'll throw it over to you guys. I know some of you have already been putting in grades, but we'll start officially now. So let's go ahead and put it in. And while you guys are putting that in, we'll catch up on the Super Chats a little bit. Alex, if you want to read, I think we read up to this guy before.
Yeah.
So.
All right, we got Michael here. Thank you, Michael. $10. Thank you. One of the more interesting aspects of the SJ's Enterprise 34 years ago in 1990 was that suddenly appears a female captain of the Enterprise. Perfectly cast, had some gravitas in my opinion. Oh yeah, the female captain. Totally forgot about her. And that was back in Enterprise C days.
Yeah, she did a good job. I love the conversation with her and Beverly where she's like, I got to get back to work. And she's like, no, you got to rest. And she's like, well, of course a doctor would say that. And she's like, well, of course a captain would want to get back to work. So good scene there, kind of similar to the one that was cut from the bonding with Beverly and Worf. So
that's right.
That made it in. As you can see, though, Alex, mostly S's here. So I think we're going to go with S. But you can finish off with those if you want.
No, it's fine. I get it.
I think we already read Greg there. So
Yeah. Okay, this one's from Stuart. If 2021 Alex and Josh were watching this video from the past, they would think, "Oh my God, we're not just Star Trek nerd. We're ranking episodes."
Yeah, it's ironic. It's funny.
Yeah. Totally. Yesterday's Enterprise moment. Like in my mind, we'd be like sitting on on chairs like this, talking about. Today we're talking about The Acolyte, or whatever Star Wars show is out,
Yep.
or whatever Marvel show's out. Oh, we're going to be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, which we did.
Yeah, which we did, and that's coming soon. But or doing a reaction to Loki season 2, and what does this mean for the MCU? Nothing wrong with that, by the way. We were 100% used to be like that. So the channels that are like that now, good for them. Like we just lost that passion, unfortunately.
Yeah, we just watched everything we love die in front of our eyes.
But Deadpool and Wolverine was really good, and we're making a video about it. So watch it unless you're lame. Okay. Caught up on Super Chats. We have the S here for The Offspring. So we're at 4. That's already over. If you guessed over on the S tier for the 3.5, congratulations, you win nothing. Do you want to just start going in order here to knock the rest of these out?
Might as well.
So we got The Enemy at number 7.
Ooh, The Enemy. That's an A tier.
That's an easy S for me.
That's an S for you too?
I think The Enemy is a perfect episode. What are your... I mean, the Worf storyline with the blood transfusion just automatic.
That's right.
It's just automatic S. Like, it's just like my favorite episodic plot. Like, it's just like in the way Riker gets involved. He has great conversations with Riker, Beverly, and Picard, all in that episode.
Shit. I'm just trying to think, because is The Enemy on the same level as the Defector? That's in my mind.
Yeah, for me, yes, but I mean, I would rank them basically. Like, they're pretty close.
All right, you convinced me. Yeah, I rewatched that episode too, and yeah, it's great. Congratulations.
Congratulations, the best Star Trek meme thus far.
And another episode where Riker gets super pissed, like, "God damn it, Geordi's down there. We got to fucking do something." And like, I think he yells at Picard too.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
He's like, "What do you want me to do?" And not, like in Sarek when it's because of something. No, he's just genuinely upset.
Yeah.
Great one. Okay, and then up next, what's the next one there?
The Vengeance Factor.
This Pepsi is making my vision blurry.
I'm looking at the thumbnail. I have no idea what this is.
Oh, yeah, because we make fun of this every time for not knowing what it is. The Vengeance Factor is the one with the woman who's like killing people. And
As soon as you said that, I'm like, now I know why I don't remember this. E.
After saying that Shades of Grey is the only E episode. Honestly, for me, I would say D because I just...
What else happened?
Because I just straight up don't care about this episode, but you pop me so hard that I'm agreeing with you. I'm going to E.
Did anything else happen in this episode besides that shitty plot?
They had the AI reconstruction of her face, and it was just a picture of her. They had the Mad Max biker gang arguing with the woman where Picard tries to negotiate it, but it can't even be good because like the idea of Picard being an arbitrator is really cool, and it's ruined by how bad both parties are. Like acting, I'm talking about, just cheesy and ridiculous. And then Riker just fucking kills her when it's like, stunned her twice, didn't work. Guess I have to kill her. It's like, okay. She also could have just like spit on the whatever.
Yes, you could say he. No, that doesn't work. Shoot her! I guess it works.
Wait, this might change your mind. The ending of the episode after she dies, Riker and 10 forward, and Picard comes to console him about it, basically. And he's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. They're talking about how sad it is, and he's like, go ahead and tell the crew to take shore leave, or something along those lines. And Riker's like, all right, I'll tell him. Like, basically, Picard trying to tell him, like, hey, take shore leave because of this, and Riker being like, nah, I'm good. Is that enough?
No. But that's one of those scenes I totally forgot about, and I would never see again unless you told me about it. That's a great scene, though. E.
Yeah. I like Scott. The Vengeance Factor D, but I liked it. There you go. All right. Stony D agrees that it's E. There we go. All right.
Thank God.
Kiss Rejects. Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous. All right. Up next, what do we got? Oh shit.
The Defector.
The Defector. Not much to say here.
Look at that. One of the best backgrounds ever.
Oh, this was my computer wallpaper for a while.
Yeah, that thumbnail, the one of the only shots. I think in later episodes there's a similar one, but Wesley's in it. But that thumbnail is one of the best. But we're not here to talk about the thumbnail. We're talking about a perfect episode here. Yeah, S.
Yeah, it's an S.
So we're up to 5? No, 6.
I mean, you got Jarok. You got Tomalak coming back from the enemy, the Romulan commander guy on the screen. The whole plot twist. What's happening? What's going on? And then when you realize... Because the whole time you're like, oh, is he lying or is he actually turning on them? But then, no, he is telling the truth. But also, they made it all up and set him up. That was incredible. And I just love the fact that we watched this right after Hunt for Red October. And like literally every single cope that those fans made about why we didn't like that movie, we loved in this episode. So, and we watched this before, like post, like it was like we couldn't have like faked it or anything. So it's like literally just, that's my own vitriolic reasoning, but also this is a perfect episode. So
Vitriolic, huh? What does that word mean?
it basically, you know, it's like enhanced. Why the fuck would you call me out like that? It means like
I've never heard that word before.
It means vitriolic is like unnecessarily cruel or mean, or you know, like vitriolic. You used the word to define it? No. The letter to his daughter. Let's talk about that instead.
Yes, the letter, and like, you know, we've talked about it, but just like, yeah, I will die. You know, my daughter will, you know, grow up, will live thinking her father's a traitor, but she will live. It's like fucking that talk with those two, and just the most interesting Romulan of all time, in my opinion. Just busting Worf's balls as soon as Worf leaves. I like him. You know, like put him over a little bit. It's like he was so interesting. He made the Romulans interesting.
Yeah, it was just hard to do.
Because a lot of the Romulans were like, or like, oh, you know, like Tom Walk, or the guy from Booby Trap, not Booby Trap, the enemy. I mean, he has.
I liked him though.
He's a little turn at the end, which is fine. But this guy was so interesting.
Yeah, from start to finish, he was great. And that moment, and then at the end where they're like, he knows we couldn't deliver that, not yet, but maybe one day. And it's like, I love Star Trek. All right, what have we got next? Deja Q. All right, so we got. No, I'm just kidding. Deja Q. This is a C for me. It's just like, yeah, that's a Q episode. Not as good as it could have been.
I'm gonna go B. On a rewatch, I liked it a lot more.
Yeah, you did like it a lot more. You'll talk about that in an upcoming video. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I'm gonna say for now. I liked it a lot more. Guinan, John DeLance, Data, and John DeLance, both non-humans talking about being human. Data laughs. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Data laughing was a really good moment.
That's a B episode for me.
But what about my hands? that really got you.
You have to remember.
I'd go C, so we can let them decide, and they're gonna say S.
Yeah, they're gonna say S. Yeah, it's like
it's between B and C, guys. What just put in your B's so we can move on. But I will just explain though. For me, it's C, like because of John DeLance. I mean, I don't care at all really about the plot of that episode. You know, oh, this planet with the people who have butthole mouths, and it's like they take no part in the episode at all. They just show up like 3 times so that there's a problem.
Yeah.
And then the whole, you know, now there's an alien. It was like the perfect example of what we mean when we're like, oh, not the plot, like not the external plot. Like this is what we mean is like we already had an episode set up. Q lost his powers, got kicked out of the continuum, is trying to get back in. This planet needs help. But no, oh wait, now there's this alien. It's like...
At least the alien, I don't know how they found out, but at least they were after Q for a good reason because they knew he was human somehow. It wasn't like an alien that, like... The whole thing about the ship blowing me up because of, you know, whatever it was. That was completely external to what was happening on the ship. Like, that's whatever. But at least the aliens coming in wanted Q because he was human, which kind of ties into the plot.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
but all that stuff is out of my brain because of how good John DeLance was with Data.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it. Most people obviously here are saying B. Thomas Monk with the $10 super chat. Thanks. He says, here, go get yourselves a couple slices of pizza even though you're distracting me from writing my novel. You write?
You're writing a novel?
Can you send us some stuff for free?
What's it about?
Well, thank you, Thomas.
Hold on, scroll up a bit. Scroll up. Colomini has corrected me here. Go down a little bit. Delancey.
Oh, it's not just him.
Delancey. I always get confused. Is it Delancey? Like, I always like go back and forth between Delancey and Delance. Delancey. Delancey. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, no, I do read the comments, so I just do it as a troll at this point.
Oh, okay.
But
So,
yeah, it's Delancey.
So
Yeah.
you're messing. That messes me. Delancey. 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 We're not watching Star Trek Continue. Sorry, go on.
Is it DeFancy?
Is it
DePancy?
the Jackal? The Jackal.
It's a jackal. A jackal. All right.
Okay.
It's a B, by the way.
Allegiance.
Now this one we kind of were like super high on when we watched it. I've come down a little bit. I would say.
I don't want to elevate it just because of how good the practical effects were. I do like the mystery, and you caught the mystery. I thought that was super neat how you caught that. Like, how is this? How would she know about that? All that was fun. The ending scene with like the Data and Riker and Picard doing like the head nod thing from Return of the Jedi. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. That was fun. And even the species, they were on screen for 4 seconds. Okay, like 2 minutes. But like even them, they looked cool.
Yeah.
I love the performance of the sarcastic, not violent species. Like all their performances were great. This is between B and C for me. This is tough.
See, and for me, it's between B and A because like I want to say B.
You say you came down on it.
Well, no, I mean when we watched it, we were like, the streak continues. S, it's
Okay.
like
Oh.
we didn't say S, but like we
Okay.
were like super high on it, and our audience was not a favorite for them. But
Yeah, I'll go B then.
yeah, because I just feel like I would say B, but it's like you said you don't want to bump it up because of the practical effects, but it's like I feel like it might be the best practical effect episode. This and the Price, because the Price had all the cool aliens too. But
That's true.
But I go A. So we'll leave it up to you guys because it's funny because you said B and I said A and a lot of them don't even like it. So you guys have to, you have to choose between B and A.
I can't wait to see all of you put B or A when all of you mean D. Okay, A or B? A or B?
And just for the sake of time, we'll move on while they're doing this. So up next is
Sarek.
yeah, I mean S.
For S for Sarek? Yeah, I don't think we need to debate that one.
Yeah.
Um,
It's amazing. But I think Picard's scene breaking down is probably the single best acting performance in Star Trek thus far.
one of the best acting performances and one of the best ways to get out Sarek's emotion without having him do it.
Yeah, the cheat. Yeah.
The cheat, it's perfect.
And just like he made me think of Vulcan on a different level with talking about the emotion, not just emotions you regularly think of, but things like regret, disappointment, and also I just thought of this recently, but like going back to the Naked Time and TOS, Spock breaking down and crying, and Spock, son of Sarek, Picard breaking down. Gotta love the parallels. I don't think they did that on purpose, but I loved it. Okay, what would you guys say about Allegiance?
How do you pronounce Hovet's name? Jovet? Is it Jovet?
I think it's Jovette, like Corvette.
Jovet. Okay, don't forget to put Allegiance in B.
Is that what people said? Yeah. There's a few A's, but yeah, it was B.
Doom, we said we were going to let them vote while we talked about the next episode since we knew we were going to put Sarek in S. Thank you.
Uh-oh. Getting Alex hot.
Hot Alex! Live on the stream.
Yeah, Cranky Grandma points out she said 7 for S, and we just hit it, so she was right.
Now, will we get more than 7?
Yeah, I don't even remember what's still on here.
Good.
What's up next? Oh,
Menage a Troy.
well, that's not an S, but
That's not an S.
I liked it more than you.
I would put that in a D.
Yeah, you did not care.
I did not
As
care.
to where I would put C, because it was just like
I would elevate it to C. Just the fact that we got the Ferengi and Luxwana Troy just out of the way in the same episode.
so you just don't have to watch one episode.
Yeah, so we don't have to split it up. Just get it all out of the way in one.
Fair enough.
So for that, I'll give it a C.
Also, the discussion on this.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
The chess game. The whole thing where it's like, like, okay, and then cut, and then the guy's already knocked out. Great.
Yeah, that was awesome. And also, the discussion on this one didn't... Oh, no, it did make it to YouTube, I think. Oh, the patron takes didn't make it to YouTube. Just because of timing and our schedule. It's on Patreon, though, as part of the discussion. and the patron takes were pretty funny. I'm not going to say it caused huge deep discussion on this episode, but it was pretty funny if you want to go check that one out on the Patreon. And moving forward, that'll be the case. We just don't have time. Patron takes can't won't always make it to YouTube, but when they can, they will, or when they're especially good, like a lot of them recently have been. Transfigurations, is that the next one?
Yep.
I really like Transfigurations.
Me too.
From a reaction standpoint,
Worf's bump,
and one of my favorite reaction moments.
During the techno babble, like just trying to, just hearing them try to piece out like where he came from. It's like, okay, I'm sure that blew someone's load who loves accurate science.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
but that's just not why.
Not well. Just like the bonding blew our load, right?
Exactly.
Sorry
yeah.
for this.
And that's not going to blow.
But...
That's not going to blow someone else's load. It's fine. We're 3 hours into this. It's what's the YouTube thing? You can't swear in the first 10 seconds.
I don't know.
Who cares? But
what are we grading it?
I'm gonna go C.
Yeah, I'd say C. I think I even said in the reaction like this is a C to me. I do want to say though you've been taking some stuff back or changing your opinion on this one. We harped really hard on the green screen suit at the end. It's not a big deal. Like it could have been better, like we said, but it's just like looking back on it, it's like okay, whatever. They did a green screen suit and it wasn't that great. Oh well. Like, you know what I mean? If it was taking it from S to A tier, I'd care more if this episode was great and then it just had that weird green screen suit. But it's a C episode, so it is what it is. That's my opinion on it. But
yeah, why not? Then
what's this one?
The most toys.
Oh, you know what? These two are both, I think, going to get kind of controversial. The most toys and best of both worlds is what we have left. The most toys. I'm not gonna. It's not an E episode, but
600 concurrent viewers.
Nice, 600. Let's keep it going. Make sure to reach our subscriber goal. But the most toys. It's not an E tier episode or anything, but like I think when it comes to farming engagement, like not purposefully, but this got the most engagement of any of our reactions in terms of like people thought we were nuts for so many reasons. I do want to show you. A lot of people asked us to react to this, and we're not going to, but. No, I'm being serious.
Okay.
But they were talking about the original actor, who tried to unalive himself and got replaced. This is what he looked like. It had really good makeup. And then I guess they just didn't have the time or the budget when they replaced him with Saul. But this was the original guy. David Rappaport. Yeah, not Michael Rappaport.
That'd be better.
He was a little person.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And, there's the comparison. I'm showing Alex a comparison shot of the two. Maybe that could have been interesting. I don't know. A lot of people said the Saul guy was better.
We haven't had a little person in TNG, have we?
No, there was Alexander in TOS.
Yeah, there was Alexander. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. I was gonna say the Corbinite maneuver.
Clint Howard?
Yeah, but he was literally a child.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need more little people in Star Trek. I mean, the Binars were short. But, I mean, the Ferengi are short, but they're not little people.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit more about Saul, about Fajo was his name in there. I thought he was whatever. You were a bit harsher on him than me. I'm guessing you didn't rewatch this one, though, so...
The amount of hours I have in my day, as opposed everyone has the same amount of hours, but it's like I'm not going to waste my time rewatching the most toys. I'm sorry. The guy just... we got the script super last second and filmed because he was a replacement. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. There was nothing in this that made me go, oh God, Faggio, do you see that performance? Like it was worse than Trelane. And Trelane is like super
Oh, you mean it's like over the top?
Yeah, over the top. But like Trelane still had a level of I kind of like this character.
Charisma.
Or the original Baltar from BSG. Like, so ridiculous, but I like this person. Like, this guy just didn't have it for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I didn't care for him.
Yeah, I think this is one of those examples of, oh, but this is a good actor in this other stuff that I watched. Okay, cool. It doesn't affect this episode. He did really good considering he was given it so late. Okay, yeah, considering, but that's not, I'm judging the episode. And also, my gripes were more with the writing of the episode and how they, in my opinion, fudged the whole ending with the transporter. Did he shoot? Like, I'm not a writer or anything, but I just, like, this is my biggest gripe with writing of any episode. Because I honestly, I would put this in B, but, like, just the fudging of the writing, Like, it was good. It had a good premise. Brent Spiner, as always, knocks it out of the park. He looks terrifying in that one scene.
Oh God, yeah.
He gets to throw some people. Like, there's a lot of good stuff. And Geordi, them, not trauma, grieving over Data. Geordi, like, becoming, doing really good at his job because of Data. But it's just, the writing gripes for me is like, if you're someone that doesn't care about the behind the camera stuff and you just like want to be engrossed in the show and take the show for what it is, like I understand loving it, but like for me, I just think the writing was botched and like, oh, they have 2 days and the episodes are written by a caterpillar. I understand they're not the perfect situation, but that's why to me I would put it to C. I would want to put it at B, but I just can't put it there. Would you go even lower?
I was gonna go C, but
Okay.
let me get this. When you get a meal at a restaurant,
I'm excited for this.
and let's say, oh, it doesn't taste that so right, and you find out like, the cook, he has a sick kid at home, blah, 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 whatever. It's like, that doesn't change my
meal.
opinion that the meal tastes like garbage.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't matter. Whatever, like, the money is paid, it's the product's in front of me. It doesn't matter what happened beforehand in that kitchen. It's
Yeah.
The meal I paid for is here. It's like, oh, my second daughter graduated high school last night and the graduation ran long, so I got here late. I couldn't chop the onions on time, so that's why they're like that. Like, oh, okay, then it's good.
Yeah. Or another one with Saul. But this chef, he's made some amazing meals. Other meals that he's made are great, and he just got here earlier today, so he needs some time. Okay, well, my meal sucks. What do you want me to do?
But the meal I'm having right now sucks. Like,
oh man, this is where we're on the same page, 100%.
I love this shit. I love this shit.
Okay, so
But yeah,
C.
Yeah, C. Brent. I mean, because of Brent Spiner, but also I love Brent Spiner. But the whole shoot him. But yeah, it's like I don't. Character assassination is a strong word, but it was very much like, this doesn't feel right. This is someone else. Like, did he just lie? Did Data lie? And like, oh, he didn't know if he was going to be picked up by the Enterprise or not. But still, the choice to kill him instead of Data is the strongest character on the goddamn show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he could. He had the belt on,
But even that. But wasn't the belt off at some point? Why was he able to shoot him?
I think the belt was only for positronic something. So like Data himself couldn't do anything.
Okay.
But I don't remember enough. But my whole thing about like smashing the stuff in his room and people were like, Data wouldn't do that. He likes art. Guess I'm a slave forever because I like art and don't want to destroy it. It's like
And also the fact that should have been more of a bonding with him and the woman.
Yeah, flip her himself. Not Fajo comes in and threatens to kill her. Oh, so now I'm flipped. Yeah, anyone would flip after that.
Yeah.
Okay, we ranted enough. So, there might be one that's even more controversial. The best of both worlds. The season finale. What do you think?
A.
Yeah, it's an A.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Why is it not an S?
I don't know. Let me think.
For me, I would say amazing as a season finale.
The best season finale.
Yeah,
Ever.
The cliffhanger, incredible. All of the Riker stuff, incredible. Shelby is really good. Elizabeth Dennehy, I think. Our OG Battlestar Galactica Doctor plays an admiral. That's all excellent. We have, just so you all know, we have seen the first 2 episodes of season 4, so we do know the conclusion, but we did our lists and everything before starting the season, obviously. So we already had everything set in stone of how we feel. That's not affecting this, positive or negative. But just this first half, it's like, as a season finale, yeah, it hits it out of the park, but just like, it's not, I look at what we have in this S tier, and I just wouldn't put it on that level. Like, it's really amazing. But it's just like, take away that moment of shock. Like, take away that one moment of like, oh my God, the cliffhanger. I feel like what's left is just a really, really, really great episode. But it just like, it's like on that teetering line. Like, I'm not going to argue with anyone who says S. But for me personally, it's a high A.
It's a very high A. Like, all the other episodes on there are very personable to me and my interests and my likes and my emotion. And while this episode is great, one of the emotions that did drag out of me was, "Oh, fuck you,"
Yeah.
for the ending. That's another one of my favorite reactions because never expected a cliffhanger for a season finale in a Star Trek episode ever. So that was a big surprise. But I'm trying to think, were there really any blaring negatives in this?
Not for me.
Great guest character. Great guest character. Riker, finally vulnerable. I might talk myself into an S the more I talk about it.
Okay.
I might talk myself into an S. Because for the first time ever, we see Riker besides the whole, or angry.
Suave or angry, yeah.
Suave or angry. It's like we finally see him like, hey, you're the 40-year-old number one here. You know what I mean? It's like, people, you keep standing still, people are gonna start passing you. All that was super great to see.
And then the scene of the turbo lift where he's like, when she goes above his head to Picard, and he's like, "You do that again, I'll snap you back so fast, you'll be a first-year cadet."
And then she leaves without being dismissed. It's like,
oh yeah, she's like, "Proceed."
yeah, it's like, oh god, I don't know, I might put this in S. I don't know. The more I think, were there any glaring negatives?
I mean, I had said in the discussion that I thought it was a bit obvious about him becoming the Borg, and they showed the clothes. That's not a glaring negative. That's just a preference thing.
Yeah, that's a small nitpick. Instead
Yeah.
of seeing the clothes, I prefer just to see the little the emblem.
Or just nothing. Just don't do that.
Or just don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the one where like they shoot the Borg and after the first shot they adjust and then
Yeah.
they go to the ship and they're shooting them and they get like 6 or 7 down?
Yeah,
It's like,
but there was a reasoning, and we just talked over. It was because they all, before they went down, changed their frequencies, so they had different phaser frequencies. They would have to adjust for each one of them. But
so they were all set to different.
yeah,
Every phaser was set to
yeah,
different
and
one.
they like said that before they went down. We just missed that.
Okay, I thought they were. I heard that they all set it to a different one. I thought they were all set to the same one. But
Yeah,
every
gotcha,
every phaser was a different one.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they
Sorry.
saw what happened on the bridge, so
Okay.
they all changed it.
So I thought they all changed it to the same one. Okay, they were all different ones. Okay, okay. My bad.
And I think I also want to just clarify one thing that I had said was about how at the end I interpreted it as Riker still making the safe choice. So just to explain that a little bit more, I think it's both, because the pushback that I got on that was, oh, well, actually, she's telling him earlier in the episode, you can't make the big decision, so get out of the way, and he makes the big decision. I also agree with that. Both can be true. He is making a big decision when Shelby is like hesitant and doesn't want to. Let's get Starfleet. Let's see what to do. No, he makes the decision. Mr. Worf, fire.
Okay.
But
okay.
it's still also the safe choice, because the other choice is, let me risk literally the entire crew and Enterprise just to save Picard. No, the safe choice is, we have this one shot at the Borg. Yeah, Picard's going to die, but I'm not going to risk all of this just for Picard.
The entire planet of Earth.
Yeah, shoot him. As to where like TOS, Kirk, and in my opinion, maybe I'm wrong, Kirk is in that situation. I don't know what Spock does. I know he's full logical, but I think Spock has more trouble doing that than Riker does, because I still think that's like when I say safe choice, it's like this is what I should do, even though it's killing my best friend. I need to kill the Borg. Or we always say Riker is Kirk. Let's throw it back to Kirk. Kirk would have been like, damn it, Bones, no, we're not killing him. We got to go over there and save him.
There's another option here.
Yeah.
There's something else we can do.
That's what I meant by that. So I think both are true. Some people probably still won't agree with that, but that's fine. But that's how I took it.
I agree with the whole trolley, the trolley issue, where it's like, yeah, it's like we got to kill Picard as Locutus in order to save the entire planet. That's the safe choice. I will say that the hard choice is not taking that chance and hoping that we come up with some solution to this, irresistible force. But the safe choice is taking your one chance, in my opinion.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
So are you changing to an S? Or are you staying A?
This episode was great, man.
Yeah, I might have talked myself into an S as well.
I think I talked myself into an S. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know why I said A right off the bat. Like, I don't.
because you think about it, and it's like, for me, it's like, oh, amazing season finale, but does this episode as a whole stack up to what we have up there? And I was instinctually like, no, it's just the ending. But then like we talk about it, and it's like, oh no, actually it is. Maybe like the hype was also so high that it was like there was a piece of it where it was like, oh, was it as good as the hype? But we can't control that, and the episode can't control that.
Yeah, it's an S. Sorry.
First time ever. Changing of the grade.
Oh, I thought you put it in A. I didn't realize. I,
Oh,
I
you didn't
didn't
realize it
realize
went
that would.
down?
I didn't realize that would happen.
Yeah, we ran out of room. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8
8 episodes in S tier.
out of 26.
Holy
Well,
shit!
and then 3 in A. So just by math, one of these episodes, it could be more, but one of these at least, because there's 11 total between S and A, aren't even going to be in our top 10 list because we literally wouldn't be able to fit them. So this just goes to show why we did a top 10 instead of a top 5. This is a good season, and yeah, we bitch about it a lot. We complain about stuff a lot. We nitpick. That's just what we like to do. You know, this is a good freaking season of television, an amazing season of Star Trek, and I think this is the first season to give TOS season 1 a run for its money. But I don't know. I think we talk about it in our videos.
For a second, I thought you said TNG season 1. I'm like, what? I'm like, what did you say? Since TOS season 1, yeah. This is like, okay. TNG is its own thing. It's finally like found its footing. It's here, and I think season 4 is just gonna.
Yeah, people point out that 7 from I think Cranky Grandma was the highest prediction too. So we even went more. We were more positive than even anyone was guessing, and I can't remember who it was here. I missed
Someone
it.
laughed at the bonding being in S tier. Was that?
Oh no, I wasn't going to point that out.
Okay.
But Fake Cube said after season 7 you need to do a tier list of the seasons. That's a great idea.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
We also will revisit and do a full tier list of the whole show and see how much opinions have changed from our individual seasons after watching versus when we get to the end of the series. Because I do think season 1 got a little bit of a cheat. We do it right after. We have more context now. So that definitely, if we would have done season 1 tier list, I don't think it would have ended up like this, but it would have been different probably if we did it right after. So it'll be fun to see at the end of the series what we think. But we got to get moving, guys, because it's 8:10 and we got to get through these awards. So I'll take us off screen here for a moment so you guys can give us a W or L. W or L on our season 3 tier list. And then we got to get through these awards and then do some other stuff.